Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. I received a telephone call from the children of Julene, Eudora, Bryan. She was 34 years old when Haniyfa Eastmond killed her. And the children of Julene, Eudora, Bryan have been trying for years to find out when the case was going to be heard. They kept calling and they kept being turned around. And when they saw Sunday that the matter was thrown out because it was close to 18 years without it coming to trial, they cannot be consoled. They're inconsolable. Okay, that's what the judicial system is doing to the citizens of Barbados. Okay, they're making you hold your bellies, they're making you cry, they're making you hold your head, they're making you weep because you get no justice. Now, Raul Eastmond is just a regular male. He is just an ordinary male. He pisses and he shits like everyone else. So the fact that Haniyfa is married to him should not have covered her to the point where when she saw Julene's children out in public, she harassed them. She laughed at them. She told them it's not going to go anywhere. This case will never come to trial. She teased them. She tormented them. She called the police on them. How did she know that? How did Haniyfa Eastmond know that the case would never have been heard? How did she know that it would have been thrown out? How did she know that? How? She's just an ordinary person. In fact, she met Raul Eastmond because she was begging him for a house, a government house, and it seems as though he built a house for her right in front of where he was living with his wife. Okay, right in front. And then she took over the job of the wife. She got rid of the wife and she moved in. But how did she get away with killing Julene in front of her 7-year-old child? There were witnesses. Not only did Julene's child see, but there were other witnesses. How was she able to not be prosecuted? And how did she know that she was not going to be prosecuted every time she saw the children of Julene? She made fun. It was a laughing matter. It was just like a laughing matter. Haniyfa was very, very confident. Why? Because she was married to Raul Eastmond? Is that it? Because she was married to a politician? A politician? That's why she knew so well she was never going to be prosecuted for killing Julene Eudora Bryan at 34 years old? In the prime of her life, 34 years old. And she had 4 daughters to support. She had children, young children to support. How did Haniyfa know she would never have been tried? How did she know? How did she know? How would she have known what judges were bought off? How would she have known how the case was being circulated? Or how would she have been able to do that? Was it through Raul Eastmond? Was it through her husband that she was able to make sure that the case file was put here and there and everywhere? And when the children of Julene called, no satisfaction, everything was confusion, no one knew anything. I have a voice note after I put up this. Please, I'm going to put up the voice note that I got from Julene's children. One person spoke and you will hear her voice. They're inconsolable. They just cannot believe what has happened. They cannot believe that there's no justice in Barbados. You can just like cut someone down like that and walk away free while tormenting the victims. While tormenting the victims, both Haniyfa and the system, the injustice system, tormented Julene, Eudora, Bryan's children. What for? What was the purpose? For what purpose? There's a place at the hotel in St. Philip for Haniyfa. It's not packed. It's not overrun. There's a place there for her. Why was she not prosecuted? Why is the case being thrown out? Well, we know it's close to 18 years, but I think extenuating circumstances must be found. This needs to go before the CCJ or it needs to go somewhere for this case to be brought up, because the 7-year-old is to age and she has not forgotten. It's a nightmare in her mind. It's a nightmare that she relives over and over. She has not forgotten. She has not forgotten Haniyfa stabbing her mother in the neck and her mother on the ground not moving. She has not forgotten. She has not forgotten. So when they say that they could not call witnesses because they didn't know where they were and people will forget, Haniyfa's daughters haven't forgotten, and the people who witnessed it are there, and they went to court today, Monday. They didn't forget. They went to court because they saw where it was going to be thrown out, and they went to say, we've been here waiting to give evidence, waiting to be witnesses in this court matter. We have been here. We have been here. And all the while, people thought that Julene had no one, no family, no one came forth. That's what people thought. That's what we were all left to think, that maybe she was childless. Maybe she probably wasn't even Barbadian. Maybe, she was new to. We felt that Julene, Eudora, Bryan had no one. And then to find out she had an entire tribe in Barbados. She has an entire tribe in Barbados. And every time they asked about what is going on with my mom's case, when is it going to be heard? We're waiting. They got turned around. Then it's thrown out because they're saying it's almost 18 years, and she, in the meanwhile, tormenting the victims' children. Really and truly? Let me play what I got from Julene's children.
Don't mind how it's sound. It's sound this way because it was crying since you see that in the paper. But there are witnesses, and a lot have even went court today, which is Monday. You understand? And they are willing to testify. It's not like they came and they don't want to. They are willing, and more are coming. It's just that it was last minute, so everybody couldn't come, but they have much more witnesses that are willing to testify. However, we have been calling the court multiple times, and we had not gotten no evidence based on when the case was tried. We keep asking. Nothing whatsoever. They couldn't tell us. I even said, man, y'all could check on this number. It's Julene, Bryan's daughter. My name is whatever. When y'all get there, please call us. Up to this year, earlier this year, we have been calling all last year. Even in September, late September, October, we was calling. Understand? We ain't getting no date, nothing whatsoever. They to see this in the paper. So it feel like if a lot underhand work or something was done there. You understand me? Cause like this ain't adding up, and then like when Haniyfa see me, I can remember from a little girl teenager coming up, and Haniyfa see me, Haniyfa would say, this case will never try. And this woman would laugh. Like if it's a joke, like she'd be like, if she don't care, like she glad, like she's like literally laughing all four of Julene, Bryan children's face. You understand? Like it's so much more I could say. She even went to the gas station and for one of my sisters the time I went to the police. And when the police come back and see it on the camera, I realized that she come in the gas station and interfere with my sister. Like this woman wicked. Like my mother used to give this woman anything. We used to stop her from school sometimes because she can't financially afford certain things. And my mother taking away school money and dealing with her. Understand? And it's not a case where she's like showing the empathy and the sympathy. Not every time the woman see me, woman's laugh. She house got burned down, I think, a year after the incident. And the first thing police was come for me. So when the police came, I was like, huh, I'm glad. I'm glad it happened. I was like, when this house get burned down. And the first, but it meaning like anything that pertaining to this woman happened, the first thing the police do is come out we house, you know. I mean, we asked on multiple times when this court date coming up. Anything like that, they can't give you the information. They call in the high court. They ask you which court, and we say we don't know because it get moved from lower court to high court. All of these things. I know we see this in the paper.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.